Hey people, it is Tuesday, November the 14th. It is currently 3:10 in the afternoon, and it is 9 degrees Celsius, but feeling a bit cooler when the wind kicks up. I am just north of Queen Street West on Soho Street, looking south. But I'm going to be making my way west, but not along Queen Street itself. I thought I'd walk along some of the laneways and alleyways that run parallel to Queen on the north side. Make my way all the way over to Bathurst Street that way, and then south on Bathurst, and we'll check out the Stackt Market. So this one actually is a proper street with a name, Bulwer Street, but as we continue west, the streets will give way to alleyways and laneways, as I mentioned. I thought this would be a fun alternative to walking along Queen Street, which I've done countless times on the channel. Unfortunately, we are walking into the sun. So maybe I'll try to go on the other side here, where I'll be more protected by the buildings. And we'll probably get a look at lots of cool graffiti along the way. The most famous alleyway is on the south side of Queen, and that's called Graffiti Alley. But these lesser-known laneways are full of graffiti in their own right. They're just not on the tourist brochures, that's all. I'm not sure what this school is called here. Sort of tucked in its own little nook there. And we're just about at Spadina Avenue. And now we can't avoid the sun for a moment. I suppose I have to cross at the intersection. Queen and Spadina. See, access to the laneway just to the north of here is blocked off by a fence, which I don't think was always there, but in any case, I'll have to go up to the next street to get back onto those laneways again. Just one short block. Look at a bit of Queen Street West here. It's the famous Cameron House. So you used to be able to walk all the way through there to Spadina, but now they have a fence blocking it off part of the way down. Get some cool views from here that you don't really see from Queen Street itself. Trying to not be walking into the sun, but it's pretty unavoidable right here. The buildings are a bit too low to block it out. I definitely picked the wrong time of day to do this walk. The wrong time of year. A boxing kangaroo. Looks like he's going up against Godzilla or some other giant lizard. I wonder what would become of this vacant lot here right on Queen Street. Seems ripe for development. So this is the Alexandra Park neighborhood that we're currently walking through. I've done walks through this neighborhood before, but those ones were sticking to the streets. I did walk through these laneways before one time, I think in a live stream though. That was just sort of a spur of the moment thing. Somebody didn't like that chair. All right, now this continues on. It's kind of a gross thing to see. So definitely not anything near as interesting as Graffiti Alley, but more than enough to look at. I wasn't expecting to see a man standing there. This is kind of a neat little hidden away house here. I guess this is the back of the house. Oh. I've never seen this piece before. I recognize several of those people. I think I recognize, I think it's Bob Marley, Malcolm X. I recognize Drake. Is that The Weeknd? And Dr. Dre, I think. I'm not sure, but I definitely know that's the CN Tower. Maybe someone in the comments can tell me who the other ones were. They look familiar. I mean, I've definitely seen those faces before, but the names just aren't popping into my head right now. So yeah, that was just the backside of this house here. I get spit out onto Bathurst Street This was Wolseley Street we're currently on. So now we're heading south on Bathurst. So we're not walking into that sun anymore. Crossing Queen. And here's Richmond.
Did you kolla eller? Kolla vad som händer.
The sun is still shining in my face from the side. Maybe I'll cross to the other side of Bathurst at the next light, since that's where the Stackt market is anyway, on the west side. Some gritty old townhomes here. All right, let's cross. When you're looking west down Adelaide, it looks like Adelaide Street ends right here at this church, which terminates the view. But Adelaide actually just continues on, kind of just wraps around the front of the church and goes west for quite a bit farther. But it's kind of a neat view to see the church terminating the view. It's more of Adelaide. Once you go west of Bathurst, though, it changes character quite a bit into more of a residential neighborhood. Bathurst is the western boundary of what is considered downtown Toronto. Alright, we're at King. A couple of new accesses to the new station here of the Ontario line, new subway station. The old banknote bar building has been appropriated by Metrolinx. I think the historic facade will be preserved, though. And once again, in Toronto, no sidewalk goes unobstructed. I'll just walk in the parking area here, because I do have to stay on this side of the street. It's good to see some mid-rise density coming to this part of Bathurst. Most of these buildings are fairly new here on this southern end of Bathurst Street, really changing the look of the street. Crossing Wellington Street. And we're almost at the Stackt Market. It's just right before the Bathurst Street Bridge. This is Niagara Street. This is an interesting street in its own right, worthy of its own dedicated video, which I have done before, but it's been a while. I saw that Johnny Strides recently did a Niagara Street walk. I'll come back to it in the near future. Alright, here is the Stackt Market. It's a market made up of shipping containers stacked upon one another, as you can see. And there's the Bathurst Street Bridge, heading over the rail corridor. Get some great views looking in that direction, but let's head inside here. That's right, there's always music playing in here, and I'm not sure what they're doing on this side. Maybe they're setting up something festive for the holiday season, but I'll try to avoid the music as much as I can, although they make it pretty hard. It's playing pretty loud, trying to overpower your voice. They have a tree being set up here. That's nice. It's pretty big. Probably one of the biggest artificial trees I've seen. You can see all the neat ways these shipping containers are stacked upon one another. And there's a map of the whole market here. It gets pretty lively. Although I don't know why they have to have music pumped in throughout the entirety of the market like that. Got some artificial grass here. And there's a beer market down on this end. On a nice warm summer day, this place can be really hopping. I haven't been here in quite a while though. To be honest, every time I think of coming here, I realize I'll have to deal with lots of loud music, and it sort of puts me off. But I thought now that the summer season is over, maybe there wouldn't be loud, blaring music this time, but I was apparently wrong. This will take us back over to Bathurst Street. It's a lot more colorful now. When it first opened, everything was just black. All the shipping containers were just painted pure black, but they've added lots of artwork and murals. It's been a good 4 years or more since it first opened. I think it was 2019 when it first opened. So I'm going to start to wrap up the video. Hope you enjoyed the walk. We started at Queen West near Soho, but we made our way west along side streets and alleyways and laneways instead of taking Queen Street itself. All the way as far west as Bathurst Street. And then I continued south down Bathurst here to the Stackt Market. So leave a comment down below if you enjoyed. Let me know what you thought of the walk and of the Stackt Market and of the graffiti that we looked at in the alleyways. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And also be sure to hit the notification bell. That way you won't miss any of my videos. And if you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal, as well as via my merch store. And there's also a super thanks button right down below if you'd like to support the channel that way. And you can also become a channel member. And you can find me on Instagram under KContinuum. This piano barely works. But thanks for watching, and be sure to keep checking back. Because, as always, I will continue.